Let's do another easy wall art idea. So you're going to get a board from Lowe's or anywhere, and you want it to be 12 inches wide and about 3 to 4 feet long. I'm gonna mark the board so that I cut pieces that are 12 feet long. So I'm just going to use my tape measure and then mark it across with a pencil. I'm gonna cut on the lines with my miter saw. So I'm just going to cut the board one way and then I'll flip it over and cut it the rest of the way. I find this is the easiest way to cut boards. I'm gonna cut all 3 pieces. I wanted to add some holes to the top of my board so that I could put some florals in there. So I'm gonna use my drill to drill down some holes. And I picked my drill bit based on the size of the floral stems that I was going to use. And at the top, I'm going to drill 3 holes in the middle. Once I have all of my holes drilled, I'm gonna come back in and sand the boards anywhere where I had, pieces kind of hanging off from where I had to cut them. Also, I like to sand the front of my boards before I stain them. I'm gonna use the same color golden oak. I'm gonna brush it on with a foam brush and wipe it off with a paper towel. Once those dry, my last step is to add in some eucalyptus florals. I have this garland in my stash, so I'm gonna cut off 3 pieces and put those in the top where I had made the holes. Now to hang these on the wall, I'm just going to use some command strips on the back and I'll place them together in a row. And here's a look at how this wall art turned out. One of the new items I was excited about at Dollar Tree are these ceramic containers. Now I think Dollar Tree had an idea of making these like frames that you could use for a wedding, but I had something completely different in mind. There's 3 different shapes. There's like a rectangular one, a circular one, and then this other one that looks kind of like a butterfly. I also picked up some stickers. So I started by taking the frame pieces off the back as well as the stickers on the back. Now I saw in my mind soap dish, trinket tray, all those things for these. I thought they'd be perfect for a bathroom. One of my tricks for whenever you want to put stickers on any surface, cut it out first and actually put it onto your tray. That way you can get a visual, kind of move things around until you make that commitment of actually sticking it in place. So I cut out all the stickers and that's what I did. I just kind of moved them around until I was happy with the placement of them. Then I just stuck them onto the ceramics. Again, I'm gonna be using that same Mod Podge that I used earlier. It's a blue dishwasher safe Mod Podge, and I'm going to be doing a thick coat on each of the ceramic containers. Once that dries, you can add them to your bathroom. You could put a soap container on there. You could also put little decorative soaps or maybe even leave it out for like rings or earrings. Here's an inexpensive way that you can create a toilet paper holder in your bathroom as well. So you're going to need a paper towel holder and some kind of circle. I grabbed an embroidery hoop off of Amazon. I'm gonna remove the outer portion of my embroidery hoop. Then I'm gonna add E6000 to the base of it. I'll put the paper towel holder on top. I'm also going to go around the edges and make sure there's no excess glue kind of on the edges of it or on the inner portion. Once that dries, I'm gonna spray paint it with 2 coats of a matte black spray paint. You can put this tucked behind your toilet area with a couple of rolls of toilet paper. Be on the lookout for this other new Anthropologie dupe frame. This one is an oval shape, really pretty. So let's do an organization idea with this frame. Start by removing the backing. Again, let's use those 2 Rub and Buff colors to add in that really pretty tone. Then I'm gonna put the backing back on, and I'm gonna use a pen to trace the inside of my frame. I'll pull the backing back off. Then I'm gonna be using some really thick yarn. I wanna cut some pieces that I can put down into where I had just drawn that template. I want the pieces to be glued very tightly together because I want to try to put earrings and rings in between the yarn. So I'm just going to keep layering yarn on tightly with hot glue until I get to the bottom. Once I get to the bottom, I'll just put the backing back onto my frame. I didn't glue it or anything, just put it back on. Next, this is something you can put out in your bathroom to organize your stud earrings or your rings. You guys are gonna have to let me know if I've been using Quikrete too much, but I absolutely love it and I think it's perfect to add to bathroom items. So you're going to need to pick up some Quikrete. Now I will tell you, buy it at Home Depot. I went to Lowe's, they didn't have it, so make sure you pick it up at Home Depot. And then you're also going to need a square silicone tray. Now if you wanna make these another shape, you could do that, but I went with the square silicone ones and I'll link them for you down below. You also need some hooks. Dollar Tree sells hooks. I have a really affordable set that I use in several of my bathroom makeovers. It's from Amazon. You get 12 in a pack. They're so affordable. I'll link it for you down below. I'm gonna use 3 disposable bowls, fill them up with Quikrete, and then I'm gonna add in water. I'm gonna mix water in each of my bowls until the Quikrete is at a thin pudding consistency. Honestly, the thinner it is, the easier it is to work with. Now this next part was kind of an experiment for me because I have never added paint to Quikrete, but I wanted them to be different shades. So I kept one exactly the way it was. And then with the other 2, I added in white paint to one and then I added in black paint to another. And I just mixed that in to give me a different color. I'm gonna pour in each of the 3 colors into my silicone mold. Then you're gonna kind of tap your silicone mold to make it nice and level. Take your hook and you're going to put it on top of your silicone mold. You're gonna cover the hook with some more of the Quikrete. Now, as you're doing this, you're seeing that my hooks are kind of falling over. So I needed something to kind of hold them all in place. I put it on my spray paint turntable. I'll link it for you down below. And then I just added in different paints and a piece of wood just to kind of hold them up until it had a chance to dry. Now, the first one I did, it was not runny enough. So on the other ones that I put together, I added in a little bit more water just to make sure it laid nice and flat over the hooks. So do that for all 3. Let it dry for at least a couple of hours. Quikrete dries really quickly. And then after a couple of hours, you can pop them out of the molds. And then I also like to let them sit overnight to just really harden. The next day, you can add them as hooks in your bathroom with command strips. I think these look so amazing. Hey guys, I'm Liz and you're watching my second DIY channel where I post daily DIY videos. You may be familiar with my main channel, Liz Fenwick DIY, but I'm glad that you found me over here on my second channel. Make sure that you're subscribed so you just get notified every day when I post our daily DIY video.